Yes, the noisiest chair in the world. Hi guys, all three of you. There is no regular episode this week because I'm on vacation. You can probably tell this is not my kitchen. But I want to keep myself in the habit of uploading every Friday, every Monday. Watch me jiggle the camera. So I wanted to just record something really quick, just to partly for myself to keep me in, like I said, in the habit of uploading, and partly for whoever actually likes these videos to, just to have something rather than just me vanishing for a weekend. And I might not have a bite-sized ready for Monday. I'm not sure whether I'll have one or not, but I'm playing it by ear right now. Anyway, the main purpose of this video was I want to sort of explain the origins of this channel, of this idea, where I got this idea and why I wanted to do this. I've been cooking most of my life. I've been helping my mom. I helped my mom in the kitchen basically since I could reach the counter, which in my case was around age 3. So I have always loved to cook and bake, etc. And when I was younger, I actually thought I wanted to be a professional chef. I thought that would be a fun thing to do, but then I actually got a look at how professional kitchens are run, and it might not have been a good example, but just seeing the kind of chaos that goes on. Like, it was hot, it was noisy, it was hectic, and I was like, you know what, that's not what I enjoy about cooking. That's not my scene. Anyway, back to the topic, back on track. I started I got this idea a few years back when because like I said, I also I cook and I bake, and for several years now I've baked all of the birthday cakes for my family. So a few years ago, I tried my hand at making a red velvet for the first time, and I made an absolute mess out of everything. Like, I just splattered red cake batter and just all over. Like, it was on the floor, it was on the counter, it was on the toaster, it was everywhere. And it was bad. And I was frustrated for a few moments, but then I looked around and realized it was kind of ridiculous and kind of funny. And I sort of came up with a scenario in my head, where you sort of talk to yourself. You have the voices in your head arguing. At least I hope I'm not the only one. So I invented that scenario in my head of saying, attempt to use handheld electric mixer. Forget that the process requires a standing electric mixer. Splatter cake batter all over the kitchen. Use a spoon next time, you giant dumbass. So that I just had that soundbite in my head. And I thought, that'd be a lot of fun to make an actual video of that if I ever make Red Velvet again. And I came up with the idea pretty quickly to call it Savortooth. Just because, I love wordplay, and I thought, I was thinking, how do I make this work like a sweet tooth? But it's not just sweet, it's also savory. Savory sweet tooth, savory tooth, Savortooth tiger! So, there it is. That's how I got the name. So, I just had that in the back of my head for a couple of years, until earlier this year, when, again, birthdays are coming around, and I asked my brother, so what do you want? I can make I'd made a rum cake for my own birthday. I might upload that sometime. I can make a rum cake, I can do a tres leches, I can do red velvet, or I can do, just ask for something else and I'll figure it out. And he said that he wanted a red velvet. And that is when I finally said, you know what? If I'm going to actually do it again, let's go all the way. Let's actually make the video. Let's make the production out of it. Let's start the channel and see what happens. So that was the first one I recorded, the first one I uploaded, and that is that. You can thank my brother for that. I really just wanted to stop just thinking about it. I wanted to actually, bring a project to some kind of fruition. So I made my brother's birthday cake, red velvet, and, I've just been recording anytime I make a recipe that I've done before or that I really want to see how it turns out. I turn on my laptop camera because I don't have any equipment because, I'm still going to be using these, these borders here. Because I technically could, if I framed this better, if I scoot it back and lean back, there, I could have it like this every time. But I don't really have enough space in my kitchen to get it, this far away for every shot, and B, again, I'm using my laptop camera, so I don't have the best equipment. So when I get the equipment and space, I'll be able to do this every time. But for now, magic! Yeah, for now I'm just gonna keep it like this. The, super dirt cheap, low quality sort of thing. But anyway, that was the origin of the channel. And originally, I had planned to have a whole bunch of, just to write out a script with a whole bunch of jokes to sort of add gags to whatever recipe I was doing. And frankly, the splattering cake batter all over the kitchen part from the red velvet, that was scripted because it actually turned out I didn't make that same mistake again. That was the only part that was scripted in any of these because I have discovered that I don't actually need a script. I screw up enough on my own. I didn't know that was going to work out that way, but that's what it turned out to be. That, the splattering cake batter and calling in the dog, that was the only scripted part I've ever done with any of these. The rest is just me being stupid, and I'm not even looking at the camera. Well, that's something else I'm going to have to practice, actually looking in the right place, because I'm looking at myself when I should be looking at you. But, whatever. This is a really casual kind of thing. This is not something I'm, I might make this a regular thing. I might start doing, make this a Wednesday show. I've got Monday and Friday. Maybe I'll do this on Wednesdays. If enough people start watching, if enough people are interested. But that's really all I had to say. Thanks, guys.